These are 5 hydrolyzed collagen powders that are quietly overcharging you by as much as 10 to 20 times, and 5 that give you the exact same thing for a fraction of the price. If you are over 40 and you have ever spent $50, $80, even $150 on a jar, a bottle, or a bag of gummies that promise to rebuild your skin, part of that money was buying results, and part of it was buying a story. Today we separate the two using the real science and the real price per gram of collagen so you never overpay again. If you want beauty spending that is backed by evidence instead of advertising, subscribe right now because this channel does the forensic work the ads will never do for you. Before we name a single name, you need 90 seconds of truth about how collagen actually works, because this one fact decides which products deserve your money. When you swallow collagen, whether it is a powder, a drink, a pill, or a gummy, your body does not ship it straight to your face. There is no little delivery truck inside you labeled, "This scoop is for the wrinkles around my eyes." Your digestive system breaks collagen down into amino acids like glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, and tiny peptide fragments, exactly the way it breaks down the protein in a chicken breast. Harvard's nutrition scientists say it plainly. Collagen is digested into amino acids, and your body then sends those building blocks wherever it needs protein most, which may or may not be your skin. The FDA does not pre-approve supplements before they reach shelves, which is precisely why third-party testing matters so much and why we will come back to it in every product review today. So does collagen actually do anything? Here is the honest answer, and it is more interesting than either the hype or the hate. A review of 26 randomized controlled trials covering more than 1,700 people found that hydrolyzed collagen produced small but genuine improvements in skin hydration and elasticity over 8 to 12 weeks. The leading theory is that a few specific absorbed peptides act like a signal, quietly nudging the fibroblasts, the cells in your skin that produce collagen, to build more of their own. The effect is real. It is also modest. And here is the part the brands love to leave out. Many of those studies were small, they were short, and they were funded by the very companies selling collagen. So the science is promising rather than settled. That leaves us with 3 simple rules. And every one of the 10 products today lives or dies by them. Rule 1 is dose. The studies that worked used roughly 2.5 to 10 grams of collagen a day, taken consistently for at least 8 to 12 weeks. Take less than that and you are mostly buying hope. Rule 2 is testing. Because collagen is an animal product, you want a seal like NSF certified for sport, informed sport, or USP verified, or at the very least a company that publishes its own lab results, because that is how you know the product truly contains what the label claims and has been screened for heavy metals. Rule 3 is price per gram of collagen, not price per tub, price per gram of the actual active ingredient, because here is the secret the whole industry is quietly built on. Collagen is basically a commodity. As one independent testing group put it, collagen is collagen, and a brand premium buys you certification, packaging, or a story, but not a better molecule. Keep those 3 rules in your head: dose, testing, and price per gram. Then watch how fast the expensive names fall apart. We are counting down the 5 that are robbing you blind first, starting at number 5 and working our way to the worst offender of them all. Number 5, Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides. Let me be fair here because fairness is the entire point of this channel. Vital Proteins is not a scam. It is a clean, single-ingredient bovine collagen. It gives you a solid 20 grams per scoop, and several of its tubs even carry NSF certified for sport testing, which is genuinely a good thing. So why is it on the robbery list? Price per gram. Vital Proteins is the famous name, the one Nestle bought, the one you see on every shelf and in every influencer's kitchen, and you pay handsomely for that fame. Independent reviewers put it at around 11 cents per gram of collagen, which is roughly 50% more than equally tested competitors using the identical commodity peptide. And be careful with the beauty collagen versions, which add a small amount of hyaluronic acid and a dusting of vitamin C to justify a higher price. Those extras sit below the doses used in standalone studies, and you could buy them separately for less. Vital Proteins is not robbing you with a bad product. It is charging you a brand tax on a good one. Number 4. Ancient Nutrition Multi-Collagen Protein. This is the powder that promises you that more is better. 10 types of collagen, it says, from 4 different food sources: beef, chicken, fish, and eggshell membrane, all for roughly 85 cents to a little over $1 per serving. It sounds impressively scientific. Here is what the science actually says. No published trial has ever taken a multi-type blend, put it head-to-head against a plain, well-studied type 1 and type 3 bovine peptide, and shown that the blend wins for your skin. In fact, some of the most cited skin results in the entire field, a 20% reduction in wrinkle volume in just 8 weeks, came from a simple 2-type bovine peptide, not a 10-type cocktail. On top of that, this product carries certifications for farming practices and carbon, which are lovely, but it does not carry NSF certified for sport, informed sport, or USP product testing. So you are paying a premium for a longer ingredient list that the evidence does not reward from a product with weaker third-party testing than options that cost a third as much. That is a story tax, and you are the one paying it. Number 3. NeoCell Super Collagen Tablets. This is the pharmacy shelf classic, the bottle of little pills that somehow feels more official than a bag of powder. So read the serving size. To get 6 grams of collagen, the very same 6 grams you could scoop from a powder in 2 seconds, you have to swallow 6 tablets a day. 6 pills just to equal 1 scoop. A 30-day supply is a bottle of 180 caplets, and you are paying not only for the collagen, but for the tableting, the binders, and the sheer number of pills. And notice the proof they lean on. NeoCell points to an open label study in which 92% of users saw improved skin hydration. Open label means there was no placebo group, and everyone knew they were taking collagen, which is one of the weakest forms of evidence there is. It is the same bovine peptide as the powders, delivering the same glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline your skin needs, just in the most expensive and least convenient format possible, backed by the softest study they could cite. Skip the pills. Number 2, SkinAid. Now we are into real money. SkinAid is the liquid collagen drink, the elegant little bottle marketed by clinics and sold as a 30, 60, or 90-day course, and it will run you well over $100 a month. So what are you actually buying? Look at the ingredient list, and the very first ingredient is water. Each bottle holds 7 grams of marine collagen dissolved in 150 milliliters of flavored water. 7 grams. That is a dose you could get from a scoop of powder costing a few cents. SkinAid will tell you the liquid form has higher bioavailability, absorbed sublingually and isotonically at 90 to 95%. That is marketing language, not a controlled study showing better skin results than a powder. For context, marine collagen already has a lower molecular weight than bovine, typically under 5,000 Daltons, which does support faster absorption in principle. But faster absorption of the same peptides into the same extracellular matrix, where collagen does its structural work, does not automatically translate into better results at the skin level, and no head-to-head trial proves that it does. You are paying a premium price to have 7 grams of a common peptide, pre-dissolved in water and sealed, in a single-use bottle every single day for a month. When water is the first ingredient and the price is the highest in the category, that is not skincare. That is a beverage with a markup. And the number one collagen product robbing you blind, the worst value of them all, is the Beauty Gummy. We will use Nature's Bounty Hair, Skin and Nails gummies as our example, but this applies to nearly every collagen gummy on the shelf. Here is the number that should end the entire conversation. Each serving gives you 100 milligrams of collagen, not grams, milligrams. Remember our rule. The studied dose is 2.5 to 5 grams. 100 milligrams is roughly 1/50th of the low end of an effective dose. To reach a dose that any real study used, you would have to eat around 50 gummies a day. And what are the first two ingredients on the label? Sugar and corn syrup. So you are paying beauty supplement prices to eat candy with a homeopathic sprinkle of collagen on top, plus a little biotin, so the label has something to brag about. Gummies feel like a treat, and that is exactly the point. They are engineered to be pleasant, not effective. If you take only one thing from this list, let it be this. A collagen product that hides its dose in milligrams behind sugar is the single clearest robbery in the entire aisle. So that is the wall of shame. Water, sugar, a brand tax, a story tax, and a fistful of pills. Now let me show you the other side, because the answer is not to give up on collagen. The answer is to buy the exact same molecule the smart way. Here are the 5 that actually deliver, counting down to the single best value in the category. Number 5, Further Food Premium Marine Collagen. This one is here for a specific person, the viewer who does not eat beef or who simply prefers a marine source. It is wild caught. It delivers type 1 collagen, which is the type your skin is mostly made of, and at roughly 18 cents a gram, it does cost more than bovine powder. But that is an honest premium for a real reason, not a story. Marine collagen genuinely costs more to produce than bovine, and its lower molecular weight, typically under 5,000 Daltons, does mean the peptides clear the gut wall quickly. If bioavailability from a marine source is a priority for you, that is a legitimate consideration. Just know that for most people, marine and bovine deliver the same type 1 peptides, the same glycine and proline building blocks, and the same downstream signals to your fibroblasts, so here you are paying for the source, not for a meaningfully better result. Number 4, Garden of Life grass-fed collagen peptides. If grass-fed and pasture-raised sourcing genuinely matters to you, and I know for a lot of you it does, this is your value pick. It runs around 7 cents a gram, which is remarkable for certified grass-fed collagen, and it gives you a real effective dose in every scoop. Worth noting that Garden of Life, like Vital Proteins, is also part of Nestle's portfolio, which is a useful reminder that the same corporate umbrella can cover both a premium-priced brand and a value one. My one honest caveat is that reviewers find it can be a little slower to dissolve and slightly clumpy in cold liquid, so stir it into something warm. But on the two things that matter most, dose and price per gram, it hands you grass-fed collagen at a price the premium beauty brands would never dare to offer. Number 3, Now Foods Collagen Peptides. This is where value and trust really begin to meet. Now gives you 10 grams of collagen per serving, which lands right in the sweet spot of the doses used in the skin studies. It is Informed Sport certified, and the company has a decades-long reputation for publishing its certificates of analysis, which means they show you the actual lab results instead of asking you to just trust the label. And it is one of the lowest costs per gram of any certified collagen you can buy. An effective dose, real testing, published proof, and a low price. Now, foods is what happens when a company decides to compete on substance instead of packaging. Number 2, sports research collagen peptides. For most people over 40, this is the one I would point you to first. Every scoop is 11 grams of type 1 and type 3 bovine collagen, a single, clean ingredient. It is Informed Sport certified, and it is specifically tested for heavy metals, arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury, using proper laboratory methods, which matters a great deal because collagen is an animal product. It dissolves cleanly in hot or cold liquid with no clumping. And it does all of this for around 7 cents a gram, which independent testers repeatedly rank among the best values in the entire category at roughly 60 cents a day. A strong dose, serious testing, easy to use, low price. This is the complete package, and it is a tiny fraction of what Skin8 or the gummies would cost you for a real dose. And the number one collagen that actually delivers the best raw value in the entire aisle is Bulk Supplements Collagen Peptides. This is the punchline of the whole video. It is a plain bag of a single ingredient, hydrolyzed bovine collagen peptides, 11 grams per serving, third-party tested in vetted labs, and manufactured to the same quality standards as the big names. And it costs somewhere around 3 to 4 cents a gram of collagen. Let that number land for a second. The marine drink at number 2 on our robbery list and the gummies at number 1 are selling you the same basic peptide broken down into the same glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline your body uses at 10 to 20 times the price and sometimes far more. Bulk Supplements strips away the flavor, the beautiful tub, the celebrity, and the story, and simply hands you the molecule. No, it is not glamorous. There is no pretty bottle for your bathroom shelf, but if your goal is younger-looking skin at the dose the research actually used, rather than a decorative container, this is the smartest money in the entire category, full stop. So let me tie this all together because it comes back to 3 numbers you can use for the rest of your life. Dose, which is at least 2.5 to 5 grams a day for skin, taken for 8 to 12 weeks before you judge it. Testing, which is a seal like Informed Sport or NSF, or a company that openly publishes its lab results, because remember, the FDA does not pre-approve supplements, so that third-party verification is your only real protection. And price per gram of the actual collagen, never the tub. Run any product on any shelf through those 3 filters, and the water, the sugar, the pills, and the brand taxes simply fall away, and what is left is a plain, tested, effective peptide for a few cents a gram. Collagen can be a genuinely worthwhile part of a routine for mature skin. You just never needed to be robbed to get it. If this saved you money or changed what is sitting in your cart right now, do me one favor and share it with a friend who is still buying the pretty bottle. And subscribe, because next time we are turning this same forensic lens on another product the beauty industry would prefer you never look at too closely. I will see you there.